Is so fucking out of frame. We'll get started in a minute, lads. Use a second to do it. We're gonna go. No, actually, we'll zoom it in and we'll just fucking move me up a wee bit. There we go. That should do it. That should do it. That looks a wee bit better. I'll wait for people to start arriving. I'll wait for the fucking. Hopefully, people will be here in the coming moments. I hope so. It would help quite a bit, quite a wee bit. I'd imagine, to actually have some viewers. Whether or not YouTube decides to send out the notifications, completely different story. We've got comments, there we go. Comments are flying in, which means people are finally here. This is also going up as a video afterwards, so I mean, I'm not going to be interacting with the chat as much as usually I would in a live stream. I will answer some questions or things fly past quite quickly, but we are here live for the 8th episode of the CFC Q&A, the weekly Celtic Q&A series. The reason it wasn't out on Sunday was because I couldn't. The reason it wasn't out on Monday was because I couldn't. And the reason it wasn't out yesterday was because I couldn't. For those who want to see the Celtic career mode, it will be back on the channel tomorrow. Union such as catching up with me in that. This is where things are going to get difficult, but I try my best to make sure YouTube will be at the forefront. So we're going to do a live CFC Q&A. I'm just going to have a look to see how things are doing in the chat. Let's get it loaded up. I've got the questions for what was meant to be the 8th episode on my phone. And we'll be ready to go. No matter how many viewers are here, it will be going up as a video anyway for other people to enjoy. Thank you to everybody who is currently here watching and is in the chat right now. Interesting week for Celtic, obviously coming off the back of another defeat in the league. A very difficult week, and we are now sitting 6th or 7th in the table, which isn't great. So it's a bad week for Celtic. We play tonight against St Johnstone. Sorry, I'm not going. It kind of disconnected me a wee bit right there. At CFC QA 118. Shout out to Niall Edwards so you can see on the screen. I doubt Niall is watching right now. Maybe watching when it gets uploaded though. Right, enough wasting time because this is going to go up as a video afterwards as well. I will try and look at the chat towards the end, so we're going to go through this right now. So the first question of the episode, Niall Edwards saying if you could travel back in time, and feel free to leave your answers in the chat as well. Niall Edwards says if you could travel back in time to see any match at the stadium, what match and why? Now he says at the stadium, which refers to Celtic Park. Now if it was any match, I know what I'd pick. I'd pick the 1967 European Cup final, without a doubt. But he said at the stadium, at Celtic Park, to see a match happen there live. There's so many, obviously throughout the fucking history of Celtic, there has been many historic matches at Celtic Park. The run up to Lisbon alone, so many historic matches. Under Martin O'Neill there was some crackers. We beat Rangers 6-2 at Celtic Park. I'm sure under Jock Stein there was hundreds of more. There's been historic matches, but the one game in my lifetime that I never got to go to, and I'm gutted that I never, and I wish I was at, Celtic versus Barcelona in 2012. I have to pick that. There's probably better games throughout the fucking 60s and 70s and even early 2000s, probably much better games, but that match I didn't get to go to, and it always saddens me. So if I had the chance, I'd go back in time and see that game. Let's see. Kai Fraser Chalmers, do you still think we can win the title after the performance against Kilmarnock? Yes, I still think we can win the title. Look, we're 6 games into the season. There's still a long way to go. Every team is going to go through rough patches, and Celtic's happens to be right now. Once we pick up form, once we start playing good football, whenever that may be, I'm more than confident we can close that gap between Hearts. If we could take points off teams like them, we'll get ourselves right back on track. We need to start beating Hearts, beating Rangers, Aberdeen, Hibs, blah 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 consistently. And we'll be right back up there in the title charge, and I'm sure we can go on and get 8 in a row. I'm confident we can win the title. I don't think it's panic. We should panic about how bad we've been, but it's not quite a fucking evacuation zone yet where we should jump in the bunkers because we're not going to win the title. It's not that bad yet, as of yet. We'll see what it's like a month down the line, I suppose. The same question was asked by Jack Kelly as well, so shout out to him. Adam Mitchell, do you think we should bring in a new striker? If so, who? Yes, we should bring in a new striker. We should definitely bring in a new striker. It's a necessity in my eyes that we sign someone to challenge both Griffiths and Edouard. I know we just spent £9 million on a striker. That is, you know, an incredible amount of money. And Griffiths is a player who has got talent, but both of them struggle for consistency. Both of them need to get back on goal scoring form, but we need a third option. We need that depth, and we still need someone, I think, who's going to offer quality on the big stage on a consistent level. And I don't think Edouard has hit that yet, and Griffiths is still he struggles to hit consistency. He's a good player. He can score goals. He's a big game player when he wants to be, but consistency is his problem. So I would say, we need a new striker. Who? I don't know who. This is the thing with Celtic. You can't go out and say sign him, because it's not as easy for Celtic to do something like that. It's not easy to just go out and pick who we want. We've got to look far and wide, obscure players. Maybe if it's a loan deal in January, bringing a striker, I wouldn't mind either. I really don't know who. We just need a striker who's going to be able to come in and score goals in the biggest of stages. Who's your favourite Celtic manager of all time, says Dean Stevens. In my lifetime, I've been lucky to see, a handful of great managers. Martin O'Neill, Gordon Strachan, Neil Lennon, Brendan Rodgers. But the best of all time is hands down Jock Stein, arguably the best manager of all time you're looking at there. He's up there with the likes of Alex Ferguson and such. So there's the phone. Of course it goes, and I can't even edit it out because it's because of the live stream, which is great. There we go. That's the phone answer. So I mean, Jock Stein is up there for the best. My favourite though, my personal favourite, my lifetime, Ronnie Dyer. So let's get going. Thoughts on Benkovic, and should Sinclair get more game time after the weekend? Sinclair really should be dropped from the team until there is a definite improvement in his game, because he has been useless. He's been ranked rotten. It was terrible at the weekend. I was wanting to see him play, but he came on. He started the game even, and he just offered nothing really, which isn't great. You need better. And I think we've got to start the players who are going to offer something, and right now he's offering nothing. But Benkovic, thoughts on him? I think he's going to be an absolute unit. Mental Hub is already better than Virgil van Dijk. That's what I'd say. Would you give Johnson more game time? I would like to, but after his weekend performance, I still think he's very raw, very nervy looking. He's still got a lot to learn. He's still very young. There's a lot for him to do, Mikey Johnson, to get to that level that we need him to be. And how long will it take him to get? I don't know. And we can only really get him there through giving him these starts, but he's got to improve, because at the weekend he wasn't good enough, and we end up losing the game. But we need someone like him to step up, be the difference maker, have a wee bit of magic, a wee bit of flair to get us a goal. But it wasn't there at the weekend. I have faith for Mikey Johnson. Maybe he needs more time though before he becomes a consistent starter, or even a regular starter, not like kind of time to time starter, because he still looks awful raw. He doesn't look awful. Wasn't going to say that. He looks a cracking wee player. He just looks very raw. Adam, Adelaide57 says, what's happening with Celtic and why is it so hard to score? You tell me. Right now we can't get our tactics sorted. There seems to be a lack of motivation. The team need an incentive to get them to get their finger up their arse, basically, and something has to change. Something has to change quick. I've not got the answers to that question. There's only one man who knows the answers to that question. That's Brendan Rodgers. So there's got to be sorted out, and hopefully soon. Hopefully tonight. We need to see goals scored against the Johnson tonight. We need to use that as a motivator. Use it as a kick up the arse. And get things going again. Just get back to the highest of levels. It's a good stage to do it. St Johnstone aren't the greatest of teams. They've just come off the back of a thumping from Rangers, so we need to really take advantage of that. And we'll see. I seen a comment there. I'm laughing at it because it's just so wrong. Do you think Rodgers should start playing Sinclair? Answer that question, Jack Shaw. I don't think so until there is a definite improvement in his game. James Beaton, I believe. Beaton 10. James, are the board and the manager going to listen to the fans and start using the squad and giving players a chance? I'm quite confused, because I think there's a really 50-50 answer to that, because I think a lot of players do get a chance, and sometimes it's the wrong decision. Like at the weekend, where we rotated the team so heavily and it ultimately bit us in the arse. So, don't know. One moment. Delta. I had to turn the fucking webcam off because my dad's walking up the stair. That's great. I need to edit out the actual video. Would you play the new signings? Malumbu, Benkovic, Arzani? And the wee Irish guy, Armstrong, Oko Flex. Malumbu, yes, I thought he looked good at the weekend. I think not so much in the biggest of games, but I would like to see Malumbu start more games. I think that he offers something that Celtic lack. I think he's a player who's very unique to the Celtic team. I don't think we have many players like him. He's defensively strong and he likes to get forward as well, but I also think he was the only player who I thought at the weekend was looking to carry the ball forward. So Aye, Malumbu, aye, Benkovic, most certainly. Most certainly. As I said, mental how he's already better than Van Dijk. Alzani, we need to wait. He's still a wee guy, you know, he's still going to be easily bullied off the ball, I think. We need to wait for him to develop. Eventually, I'd like to see him come in, though, because at the end of the day, we are spending money there. He's a player that takes place for a team at Man City. He's surely going to get his chance. And Armstrong, Okaflex, no idea anything about the guy. Still very young, though. Don't think we need to panic about him being in the team anytime soon. Connor Spence, best and worst ever Celtic game you have been to. Worst ever was, without a shadow of a doubt, the game at the weekend. Worst game I've ever witnessed in the flesh live. I said that in my wee match rant. Absolutely abysmal. Shocking stuff. Best I've ever been to. So many old firms over the last 2 years that have just been fun. The Man City game was fun. Shakhtar Karagandhi was fun. But 5-1 Rangers maybe at Parkhead. Maybe in the 5-0. Oh, I don't know. So many options. One moment again. That's a joke. Actually, I'm going to let you enjoy the dark screen. I think that's quite fun. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You don't know what I look like. Nice. Nice. This is actually quite awkward now, because I need to go back and I need to cut this, which isn't great. It makes my life just a little bit more difficult. Also makes life a little less entertaining for you, lot. I understand that. I could turn on my webcam very briefly, but I'll be going back half in like 30 seconds time probably. Like now. But it can come back on. Right now. There we go. Nice. Nice. A lot of people will be very confused as to what just happened. And it was probably quite annoying for a lot of people. Anyway, best and worst Celtic game I've been the best. Even the Man City game's a shout. I loved it. I'm going 5-1 Rangers. 5-1 Rangers game. I thought it was the best I've been, and the worst was absolutely the weekend. No doubt about it. McGregor or Rogic, if you have to use one and only one, says John Shaw. McGregor. I've answered that question last week actually, so revisit that if you desperately want to see my in-depth reaction to that question. Player of the year prediction. Jeez, right now we've not really got a player of the year. The way things are going though, and judging off early performances, it's hard to do so because we've been so shite. I mean, if Griffiths becomes the regular starting striker, could see it becoming him. Benkovic, if he has a big strong season, could be him, could be KT, could be Scott Brown again. I'm going to go, I'm throwing it out, I'm going to, because I don't even know if he'll start, he's not even fit. I was going to say Benkovic. I'm going Tierney, I'll go Tierney. Do you think Hearts will give Celtic a good challenge for the title this season? I think, respect to Hearts, have had a fantastic start to the season, there's no denying that, and they may keep it up. And they've probably got a wee while to keep it up still. But there's going to come that point in the season where absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, they will dip off. They will go through a rough patch. They will lose to teams like Celtic and Rangers as the season goes on. So, my opinion, they will challenge us for the next wee while. I think they'll make it difficult at the top. But as we get to that tail end of the season, I don't imagine Hearts will be in as well a position as what they are right now. You never know though. You genuinely never know. So, anything could happen. Who would make your best ever Celtic five-a-side, says John Alec. A very nice question, I like that one. In goals, Artur Boric. I don't care, it's who I'm having. In goals, I'm having Artur Boric. As my defender, I'm having Bobo Baldi. No nonsense. When they take any shite off any wee dicks. So I'd have Bobo Baldi there. As the two midfielders, you'd have Jimmy Johnson because he was magic. He's the best player in the club's history. So you've got to have him. I'm going to have Jimmy Johnson. So wait, I'm trying to think of my lifetime. Like, who I'd have. I'd have Henrik Larsson probably as well, actually, and I'd have Moussa Dembele. Because I feel like Moussa Dembele is somebody who just at five-a-sides is one show-off dick and he'd be class. So that's my five-a-side. There's a lot of players who I'm obviously missing out there. Celtic legends, Tommy Burns, Paul McStade, every one of the Lisbon Lions. There's fucking tons I'm missing out. Personally, I'm just going with that five. I like that. That's an interesting one. Let me know your five-a-side in the comments. I'll read some of them. But I do like that question. Let's see, John Alec again says, will you be drinking Red Bull again if we go out the Europa League? I've never drank Red Bull anyway. I have drank it. I hate it. It's disgusting. I hate energy drinks, so don't need to care too much if we go in or out. I think this is the final question of the stream, final question from the Twitter anyway. I'll take a couple from the chat. The last question of the episode, of the live episode, would you take Neil Lennon back if Brendan Rodgers was to leave Celtic. I'd like to see something new. I'd like to see something fresh, whether that was somebody that likes a Stevie Clark or someone with a bigger reputation, you know, a Roberto Mancini or something like that. Because he's one guy who's gave interest in Celtic. I doubt it'd happen. I really doubt it'd happen. But I'd rather see something new rather than something we've already had, something we've been there, done that. Move on, move it. Let's get a new brand of football. I would like to keep up a manager who has the reputation and the name to bring big players to the club. And bring better players to the club rather than players. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing signing players from Kenya and Saudi Arabia and stuff like that. I mean, you know, we ended up getting Wanyama and Izagiri and Van Dijk and shit like that. You know, we got great players through Neil Lennon, but I don't know. I'd like to see a bigger name than Neil Lennon. But I mean, Neil Lennon I wouldn't complain about, but I'd like to see something new, something fresh. And some of the five-a-sides rolling, and there's a good one there. Boric, McNeil, Johnson, Lennox, McGrory, says Tony Harlan, a good team there. Boric, Virgil van Dijk, Jimmy Johnson, Paul McStay, and Henrik Larsson, says Sean Farren. That's a good team as well. That's 2 class teams there. But I mean, that's it. I guess to talk about the game tonight against St Johnstone, the Cup, we need to win. We have to book a place to ham. There's another one. Forster, Van Dijk, McStay, Johnson, and Larsson, says that name that I can't say. But I mean, so many questions to be asked about Celtic if we don't win tonight. So tonight is a big game. Everybody's asking my prediction for it. Look, I think we will win. I think we'll get back on track. Whether or not it's a good result or we scrape by St Johnstone, I see us win. I'm going to say a prediction of 2-0. Hopefully we do keep a clean sheet. We need to score though, that's a priority. We need to look interested. We need to look as though we want to make chances. And we want to take these chances rather than pass the ball side to side, centre half to full back. Back to centre half to full back again. You know, we need to stop that. We need to score goals, and hopefully we will get a very positive performance, which will cheer us up, which will really bring a motivation and a high morale back to not just the team, but the fans who are arguing amongst themselves and getting doubtful on the side. So a lot of the five-a-sides coming through there looking class. But if you have enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. I'll do another live stream soon where I actually interact with the chat for more. Appreciate it. Make sure to go follow at CFCQA118 on Twitter. And I'll see you all